passage, that shape, where does it come from in terms of the subject?
From the beginning, right?
Right, absolutely. It's slowing it up. It's called augmentation. That's right. So we want to be made aware of that too. Yeah, I think it's much improved. It's first of all, it's not stopping and starting anymore. You know, in little places, but mostly there's contour and shape to the music now, which wasn't there before. So I do congratulate you on that. Now you need now to continue, because the next part, of course, is not as difficult. It slows up a bit, doesn't it? Because the right hand has a stream of notes, the left hand isn't playing, and the left hand has a stream, the right hand is holding onto a long note, right? So it's much easier. You've gotten through the hardest part of the piece, actually, with the climax, which is quite good. Now, let's see if you can sight read, well, not sight read, you already know this. Let's see if you can read slowly, though, to this. Now, what does this represent in terms of the subject here? Da, da, da. Is that the inversion of this?
Upside down, yeah.
Right, the inversion, right. So you're going to imitate what you did in measure 3, right? Is that the exact same thing that you saw in measure 3 comes back, doesn't it? Right. Except now the left hand is talking back and forth. Instead of overlapping, it's really talking back and forth in longer streams of notes, right? So that's why it slows down a little that way. Okay, can we read from measure 15 very slowly? Back tempo, isolate each voice, and we'll try to understand what each voice is doing in relation to the subject. Go now, just the right hand now, just the right hand from 15 to the end, and as we do it, we'll figure out what it represents in relation to what you've played before, right? Okay, inversion, and that's important, right? It helps you learn it better. So you already played this on the first page on the second line, right? Replicating it, only you're holding that note out longer. Now what's happening here in terms of the direction of the notes? Remember, you came down and you went up a skip, step up a skip, step down. Now you're really doing the reverse. You're going back to the beginning idea, aren't you? Because that comes back from this, right? Only you're somewhere else. So that's really neat. It's really neat because he brings the subject in its regular form back after he does the inversion, and it's a very tight fit because it's measure after measure now, right? So you have to think of that, help you learn, and you're dropping down a skip. That's important, dropping down a skip and then doing the contour of the subject. Then what happens next? Are you back to the inversion idea? Right, so he's going back and forth in pairs, going down and then going up and then back to the subject. And it's amazing. And now what's so interesting is the pileup of the subject in short order, right? The little pieces of subject, higher, da da da, and higher, and finally da da da. So he has 3 in a row of pieces of the subject intensifying, right? So it helps you learn because you're just going up a step, and the same fingering, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2. That helps you learn. You see symmetries, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's hear that right hand from measure 15 to the end. Only the right hand, very slowly. And don't play on the rest. Rest, really slow as you need. 3 and 4 and tie. 3 and 4 and 1. Upside down. 3 and 4 and 1. Right side up. 3 and 4 and 1. Now subject. Up a step, subject. Up a step, subject. Peaks at. Bum, 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 ba-dum, bum. Lift. Back. Upside down. Right side up. It's amazing. Right. He's playing around with the upside down and the right side up from measure 15 to the end. Isn't that so? Except when he builds the intensity, he's always right side up. Right, the subject. Right? This is all right side up. Now here, he's going to be upside down for a minute because he's coming backwards, right side up, and then it's just an ending of his own. Quite an amazing composition, all the things he was aware of, right? Now, when you're doing the right hand upside down, what's happening in the left hand in measure 15? Is it also upside down?
Yes.
Right, and that helps you learn it. Because you're really just starting at that's what transposing means, when we do the transposing and we do our, solfeggio. Basically, though, he's starting on an E and doing the same shaping down and up like inversion, right? You just have to know where you are. You have to know you're on an E. I have to remember you have a C sharp because it seems like it's D minor there, right? Da, 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 da. Right there. Right, we kind of know the keys we're in as we're going along. Okay, let's hear the left hand alone. Measure 15. Let's count the first 1 and 2 and rest. D, da, 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 da. Da, da, da. 1 and 2 and tie. Right side up. 1 and 2 and tie. Upside down. 1 and 2 and right side up. Now this is augmentation upside down. Da-dee. Is that upside down? Yeah, amazing. Da-dee, da, da-dee, da. Right side up. What happens here? It's a D there. Goes to a D. It jumps to he jumps at ninth. A ninth. Yeah, you don't have any F sharp, plain F. C major. Right. Left. Left. C. Right. Okay, so now what he's doing in the left hand, he's also playing around with inverting the subject. And in answer to the 15, they're both inverted. In answer to 16, they're both going right side up. And the next measure, they're going upside down, right side up. And then what's interesting here is continuous right side ups and piled up on each other to create intensity to the end. And then the left hand is doing augmentation in inversion. Isn't that interesting? Remember, we knew the augmentation when it did this. Remember this? Remember? Oh, that was augmentation going up in steps. What did it do at the end? He comes down in steps. You're a better player if you could bring that out, right, and know what you're doing. Most people don't know what was happening in it, you know, they just pump out the notes. But if you have that insight, you play it, you have a more interesting performance or rendering than someone else, right? Certainly here you're copying whatever. This is not so hard because there's all this holding through, right? But you have to shape it the same way. Each hand has to do the shape reflected in what one hand does first, and a dialogue, right? It's conversation. Right.
So if the right hand it kind of asks a question and then we kind of have a conversation, the left hand side.
I would say so.
Left hand side should be softer, or
well, you know, we don't know what they said that Bach wrote F and P and nothing else. Sometimes, not always. And you know, the editor's done this, but I think it makes sense to do forte here. You know, the first da da dee 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 da 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 da. Yeah, softer. Da 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 da. It makes sense, doesn't it? Da 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 da. I don't know if Bach wrote it, but the editor did. I like it that way.
So it's one bar, forte, one bar.
Right.
Soft, right?
That's right. That's exactly right. Yes. Because he gets too much of the same, especially since he does inversion and he does right side up. You do want to show some kind of color change in the shape of the melody that reflects in the dynamics. Because dynamics is affected by harmony and also by the devices that the composer uses. So I agree with that. Yeah. But we do know there's a pile up, right? This is a pile up. So it has to be getting higher. Da, da. Anyway, we know it's gonna da, 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 then big here, da, 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 da. Upside down, right side up. Amazing piece of music for 2 pages. So much in it.